Hi there, hello everyone. Welcome to this channel, Naija Matters 101, where we discuss events and happenings in Nigeria, politically, and everything that is happening. If you are new here, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be aware of any of our new videos. And you are returning, you're welcome. Thank you for watching. Please stay with us. Thank you. Today we are going to be discussing something that is bothering me for some time. So I decided to do a research in it, and it's something that I think we all agree that is a matter for us to discuss. But it's not so serious to you, I see, but it needs to be discussed. And the big question is, why do some Igbos hate Bola Tinubu? You all agree with me that there's a lot have been done over the years, and you realize that a lot of Igbos hate this man, and the reason is what I don't understand. Maybe it's I don't really know. People they just me. I thought it was a beef before, Maybe just know the Igbo Yoruba thing, Hausa Igbo thing, things like that. But it seems to be getting more than usual because the hatred just begins to increase and increase and increase. And I begin to wonder, what are this man really done to these people to cause their anger? Initially, I felt it's because of this maybe Lagos thing. They feel it, maybe because the man is in charge of Lagos, so to say, he is the kingmaker in Lagos. He decides who the next governor will be. He decides many things in Lagos. Lagos is under him, and while some people fall at his feet because of that and make a living out of him, a lot of people don't really like that. A lot of people hate God for that reason. So I think maybe that is the reason. So I just felt I also hate God for that reason, and I think maybe that's the reason why Igbos hate him. But if that is the case, Bola Tinubu is not a godfather to any Igbo. He's not from any eastern state. He has never been a governor in any eastern state. He has never been a minister. He has never been in the federal government. So he has no connection with Igbos in any way at all, other than Lagos. Maybe traders in Lagos. So I want to believe the beef should be maybe be a Lagos matter. But from the look of things, it doesn't seem like that. Because Igbos that are not even in Lagos also dislike this guy. Igbos that are in other parts of the Nigeria, they dislike this guy. So I believe it's not because of Lagos thing. So I decided to ask people around the Igbos that I know to hear their opinion about him. Most of the things I hear from them, I don't really believe it. What they say is, oh, is the chairman of Agbero. He brought Agbero to Lagos. Is the this and that. Lagos is hard because of him. There's so much of taxes from there, and I begin to see that that is not really the issue. Because if you say brought Agbero to Lagos, I totally disagree with that. He did not bring Agbero to Lagos. Agbero and Tout have been part of Lagos since day one. Even before Bola Tinubu was born, there has been Agbero in Lagos. I remember in the days of in the 1980, 83, 84, during the election, during the Shagari and the Awolowo election during that time. I remember there were touts from Shagari side and there were touts on the Awolowo side. The Omapopa in Mushin, the Jigbadero in Agege, the Bayo Success in Oshodi, and so on. Bola Tinubu was nowhere in this picture. And these are the big touts in those days. And there are so many others that didn't have name. And I can also remember since then there's been touts in Lagos. Sha. So saying Bola Tinubu brought touts to Lagos, I don't think that is true. And it is unfair to hang it on his neck. But what some people say is that he actually empowered them. He has not give them power. But I don't know what power touts have. I'm a Lagosian. I was born in Lagos. My parents were born in Lagos. I'm a full-blown Lagosian. So I don't see how Tinubu has given tout Lagos. How Tinubu has given tout power. To me, no tout has power over me. If you bring Chris, I give you Chris. They will even try it. Then they look face. So I don't think that is the case to me. Oh. He didn't empower any tout. But even I would say that maybe he channeled those tout into Agbero. Because if you were in Lagos before 1999, before this democracy started, you realize that was really a bad place to stay. The way they rob people in Lagos then. As at 5 p.m., as you're coming from your working place, from your office, for example, in a place like Oshodi, Mushin, Iboya like that, they will rob you broad daylight and nothing will happen. Even then, we had a push on sweep because we were not military at that time. I remember Kalamawa was the governor of Lagos State. But then there was still no security. They got people in broad daylight and things like that. You couldn't even move around. They'll come to us at 6 p.m. They will tell you to go inside. They want to rob you, and they will rob you, and nothing will happen. There was no security in Lagos at that time. So I remember Lagos was becoming a very terrible place. Thanks to the likes of OPC that came around then, that saved Lagosians from the hands of this terror, and this OPC washed them away a lot during that time. A lot of kudos to them. That was the beginning of the downplay of this toutism. So they've been touched from day one. But what I noticed is that when we came to this democracy and Tinubu became the governor of Lagos State, people complained about this toutism. In fact, it was becoming a nightmare. You can't even go anywhere. In those, if you make phone call in the public way, they will slap you down. That phone will come out from your hand. They'll collect the phone for. Sometimes they will tell you bring the phone by yourself. You hand it over to them by yourself. It was so terrible in those days. So I think what Tinubu did was to channel all that thuggery and toutism into Agbero. Okay, come and be doing Agbero. Manage motor parks. When after downfall, collect money, all those kind of things. Though that maybe that's what they mean by empower them and all those stuff. But I don't think maybe empower them, but at least they're no longer robbing us. We can sleep with our eyes closed in Lagos now. When was the last time you heard that anybody was being robbed? People go to somebody's house and they rob them. It's no longer in news. People sleep freely in their house now. The only problem is when your motor. When you're in a motorist or in the car, they do rob people in their vehicles now. Then the Agbero stuff is with the bus drivers and taxi drivers. It doesn't really concern the masses to that extent. Though I wouldn't say it's perfect in that area, but at least they've channeled those tension and those terror off we the Lagosians. They no longer trouble us again. The problem is between them and the motorists. And I believe with time, maybe as time goes on, if they really want Lagos to be a mega city the way they say it, Agbo running after vehicle to collect money is not the best. There should be other means, maybe using technology or any other means. But I believe we'll get there. So using that to say he empowered them, well, maybe he empowered them. At least they are not robbing us anymore. They are not robbing us anymore. So that is not there. So that I think that was just an excuse, just to when you want to kill a dog, you have to give it a bad name so that I can kill it. I think that was just an excuse. But I met a guy who actually told me the truth about that. And the truth that he told me was this: the age for Tinubu is political. And I wonder, how can it be political? And he narrated to me that Igbos wants to be president too, which I don't say anything bad about that. Everybody has to be president. Hausas have been, yorubas have been, and they believe it's their turn. And they realize that Tinubu is strong. He's very strong politically, and he's not supporting them. And I said, how? If you really want somebody's support, you call for his support. They said, no. The biggest problem came in 2015 when Tinubu did not support Jonathan. That was the beginning of the hate for Tinubu. That Tinubu supported Buhari against Jonathan, and Jonathan lost. And I wonder, that is politics. You support somebody wins. You support somebody lose. It's like that. He said, no, that was against the Igbo agenda. But I now ask the question, but Tinubu supported Jonathan in 2011. Has anybody forgotten that so quickly? He supported Jonathan in 2011 and Jonathan won. So why did the 18 between supporting in 2015? I think maybe a better bidder came and a better opportunity came, because I realized that in 2011, Tinubu supported Jonathan. I also voted for Jonathan because we believe power must go to somewhere else, South particularly. And I believe if a Southerner is there, a South Southerner is there, and all this oil issue in the Niger Delta, all these militancy will be solved once and for all. So I supported Jonathan, and Tinubu also supported Jonathan in 2011, and he won. So, and if memory serves me right, I remember the Afenifere and some Yoruba groups went to Jonathan. In fact, they even met him in person, that his cabinet is full of other tribes, especially Igbos, and his cabinet does not favor the Yorubas at all. I remember that it was on news, it was on media, everybody heard the news. And what did Jonathan say? He said the Yorubas should not worry, they are already blessed, they are already okay, there's no issue, they should not worry. So Jonathan's government was pro-Igbos, and I believe they were really enjoying it. Most of the appointments was Igbo. Yes, and they really enjoyed that under Jonathan. So what did Yorubas to do? Waited for the right time. 2015, he didn't support him. Tinubu didn't support him. He supported Buhari, 2015, and Buhari won. So I think that was where they shot themselves in the foot. So you can't really blame Tinubu for 2015 because Yoruba cried. Tinubu only acted on behalf of Yoruba. So if you want to blame anybody, blame the whole Yoruba for not supporting Jonathan, not only Tinubu. So when Yoruba was crying that this thing was not favoring us, you guys didn't listen now because we were eating that time. You don't talk when you're eating, Abi. So Yoruba doing their thing the way they know they know how to do it. Waited for the right time and they did what they have to do. They spoke with their ballot. They spoke with their votes, and they removed Jonathan and put who they think would be better for them. Though they also showed the assembly for when Buhari came. We all know the story, so don't let me say it again. Everybody chop breakfast under Buhari. You know that one. So that's a story for another day. But saying that Tinubu did not support Jonathan is the reason why they hate him. You should also understand that Jonathan represented the Igbos and they didn't do well for Yorubas during their tenure. So what do you expect? So maybe that is the reason I think they hated Tinubu. So which I think is political anyway. So if the Igbos want to be president, they know what to call to. They should go and meet Jagaban. Once he says yes, the entire Yoruba will support them. You know that for sure. But hating him because he didn't support you, or you did not even ask for his support. When I supported you in 2011, what did you do with the support? You removed the Yorubas totally now. You didn't support you didn't get anything from it. So what do you expect? So I think to me that's the reason I did the investigation, and that's what I found out that the hate for Tinubu is based on politics, and because he didn't support the Igbos and didn't support the Jonathan in 2015, that is the reason. But that is bygone. So you need to move forward. But if you don't want bygone to bygone, you are still being on that. Well, guess who is moving forward, and guess who is not. So it's up to us. Politics is a game. We need to learn to play it, rise above it, defeat your opponent any way you can do it, but do it fairly. And it's a game of numbers. And you don't get to support for people you don't ask for their support. If people want Tinubu to support them, Igbos want Tinubu to support them, ask for him to support you. It's as simple as that. If Obi had come to APC, join APC, or ask Tinubu for support, it would have been a different story. But I'll do that in another video. So, but for this, we end this now, and that's what I think. That's my result of my findings. Igbos hate Tinubu because of 2015. And that hatred has been rising and rising and rising and rising. But guess what? Tinubu is still moving forward. Now he's president-elect. Nothing anybody can do about it. So, that was just it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you some other time.